The vote was taken and it went 12-3. The thing is now apparently law, and illegal law, of course, but it is a law. The whole debate was over in 5 minutes. I'm serious. I played most of it for you just in the past moments here. Here's the official backgrounder circulated by the city about the law. Let me quote some of it. Council directed administration to draft a bylaw to restrict advocacy messaging on public streets near schools due to the harmful impact this messaging has on unwilling viewers, including students, their caregivers, and school staff who do not want to be exposed to this messaging while attending school. Oh, the poor teachers. You know, you can't turn the entire city into a safe space where you don't hear any words you don't like. That's not what real life is like. But there is something underneath this that I do agree with, I'll admit. What about people being captive to propaganda? Apparently there's one guy in Calgary who goes around with his pro-life sign. As you can see in that CTV story, there's a picture of him. And he was specifically mentioned in the debate. Okay, but if you know anything about our schools, government schools mainly, but all schools, including private schools, pretty much every school except for some Christian schools, some homeschools, they're all propaganda factories. You see some guy carrying a handmade sign hundreds of feet away from a school. He's just some guy. You can ignore him, you can talk to him, whatever. He's not actually in the classroom or in the schoolyard. But what about if it's a teacher, 8 hours a day with your kids, pumping them full of global warming panic and pandemic panic and socialist panic and Green New Deal panic and Black Lives Matter panic? What's the mental health and harm there? Let alone just the pure partisan advantage taking of propagandizing someone else's kids for 8 hours a day. And that's the thing. The city councilors who were the most eager to ban this one guy with a sign in Calgary, apparently, are the most ardent when it comes to promoting the Greta Thunbergs and David Suzuki's bringing their crap into schools. No notice to parents, let alone a rebuttal. I mean, the whole country just learned how a craven, corrupt couple of brothers called the Kielburgers milked the thing called We Day into a huge Liberal Party get-rich-quick scheme. I mean, the deal was sort of simple. Schools sent thousands of students to the Liberal Party rallies with Liberal heroes like Justin Trudeau and Bill Morneau. The kids were given Liberal talking points, told to regard those loser Liberals as heroes. The politicians took enormous speaking fees and free trips, and the government sent huge grants to these crooks. I mean, if it was your child that was bought and sold here. Now replicate that for every left-wing huckster. Here's the Alberta NDP critics saying that Extinction Rebellion, that's the eco version of Antifa, should be a part of classroom education in Alberta. So that's all fine. Oh yeah. That's not holding kids captive and forcing them to ingest politics. But some guy 500 feet away on public property, he has to be banned. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.